All right, you know what time it is. Neil Ratner Rock Talk here with a story. So, on May 6th, 1965, after an incident at a concert in Florida, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards began writing the song Satisfaction. So today, I thought I'd tell you a few things about the tune that you may not know. And as usual, a little background first. All right. So the Stones were in England during the early part of 1965, preparing for a U.S. tour later in the year. Now, Keith Richards was spending time in his flat in Carlton Hill, St. John's Wood. Now, Keith, as is with Keith, hadn't slept in a few days. So he had been working with his guitar, and he had this new little toy, which was a cassette recorder, which was brand new at the time, and he'd been fooling around and whatever. At any rate, hadn't slept for a couple of days, fell asleep with his guitar by the side of his bed and the cassette recorder. And when he woke up the next morning, he realized that the cassette recorder had been running all night. And so when he played back the cassette, Keith unbelievably heard him sing this line and play this riff. And he had sung a couple of times, I can't get no satisfaction. I can't get... Okay. So he had the basic riff and he had the title. And it kind of freaked him out because he didn't remember anything. But obviously, he kept it for later on and figured it would work into a song. All right. Now, the Stones' U.S. tour began late April of that same year, and they had a gig in Clearwater, Florida on May 6th. Okay. But things did not go as planned. After just a couple of songs, about 2,000 fans rioted, and the cops ended the concert. The band went back to their hotel, and they were told, stay there. Now, a frustrated Jagger went down to the pool to work on the tune that Keith had started, because, at the beginning of the tour, Keith had showed him the riff and stuff, and now Jagger had time to work on it. Okay, so Richards, again, as I said, had already created, a lot of the music, and he had the line. Mick filled in the rest of the lyrics, and the lyrics deal with what Jagger saw as the two sides of America, the real and the phony. He sang about a man looking for authenticity, but not being able to find it. Now, Jagger experienced the vast commercialism of America in a big way on their tours, and later learned to exploit it, of course. And the Rolling Stones, made truckloads of money through sponsorship, merchandising, everything else in the United States. Now, Keith admitted that the guitar riff was similar to the horns on Martha and the Vandellas' song No Way to Run. He always envisioned doing the song with the horn section playing the guitar riff. Of course, the Stones never did, but years later, when Otis Redding covered the song, that's exactly how he covered it. Now, Satisfaction was recorded twice. Once at Chess Studios in Chicago on May 10th, and 2 days later at RCA Studios in Hollywood. The second recording, though, was significant because Keith had another new toy, and this was the first fuzz-tone box that Gibson ever made. But no matter what he did, he couldn't get the sound he wanted. So Ian Stewart had an idea, went around the corner to Eli Wallach's Music City and bought a distortion box and casually suggested Keith try it. Richards didn't think much of the idea, but when he played the riff through the distortion box, it sounded exactly the way he envisioned it. All right. Now, according to Jagger, it sounded like a folk song when it first started working on it, and Keith didn't like it much. He didn't want it to be a single. He didn't think it would do very well. Keith thought it was a bit basic. He didn't really listen to it properly. He felt it was a silly kind of riff. But then again, after the distortion box, I think he thought differently about it. Of course, Satisfaction became the Stones' first #1 hit in the U.S. And according again to Jagger, people get very blasé about their big hit. It was the thing, this song, that really made the Rolling Stone changed us from just another band into a huge monster band. You always need one song. We weren't American, and America was a big thing, and we always wanted to make it in America. It was very impressive the way that song and the popularity of the band became a worldwide thing. It certainly did. All right, so that's the story of Satisfaction. You know the song. We all know the song. One of the great classic songs of rock and roll. All right, that's my story for today. I'll have more as the days go on. You know where to find me around the internet. And as I like to tell you, always remember to keep on rocking. All right, I'll see you somewhere soon. Bye for now.